Good day everyone, I am Jericho Resquisio Canililla from BS Math 1B and I'm going to report the topic entitled The Style of Communication in Science and Technology. Before we proceed to our discussion on the style of communication in science and technology, let me define first the word communication. So, based from our previous discussion about communication, it is simply sending or receiving information or exchanging information from one person to another. So we will start now our discussion by defining science communication. So science communication is the accurate and understated conveyance of ideas, insights, facts, and analytical frameworks derived from science to anyone who has a need to understand them. Science communication describes a variety of practices that transmit scientific ideas, methods, knowledge, and research to non expert audiences in an accessible, understandable, or useful way. Some example of science communications are documentaries, books, mass media, journalisms, and public talks. But nowadays, social media posts, cartoons, newsletters have become an increasingly popular form of science communication. Science communication is used to communicate new scientific knowledge, mostly through scientific papers, technical reports, presentations at conferences, and current applications to an audience of researchers, scientists, and technical experts. So let's now proceed to communication technology. So communication technology is also known as information technology. It refers to all equipment and programs that are used to process and communicate information. It is the transfer of messages or information among people or machines through the use of technology. So, some example of communication technology are email, short message services or texting, blogs and wikis, and microblogging. There are four types of communication technology, namely telephone, radio, television, and internet. So all of us are familiar with the gadget called telephone. So telephone is an electronic device used for conversation over great distances. So telephone is an example of verbal communication as discussed by our classmates before. Another type of communication technology is radio. So radio is sound communication by radio waves, usually through the transmission of music, news, and other types of programs from single broadcast stations to multitude of individual listeners equipped with radio receivers. Next type of communication technology is television. So television is an electronic delivery of moving images and sound from a source to a receiver. Last type of communication technology is internet. So internet is a vast network that connects computers all over the world. So nowadays, internet is the most widely used by many people. Generally, communication in science and technology is very helpful in our lives, especially in this time of uncertainty brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. We are able to communicate to our loved ones anytime, anywhere.
So now I will discuss about the comparison and contrast about technical and non-technical writing. So first, what is writing? So writing is a process of using symbols such as letters of the alphabet, punctuation, and spaces to communicate thoughts and ideas in a readable form. So writing is a method of representing language in visual or tactile form. Further, writing is a form of communications that allows students to put their feelings and ideas on paper. Um, it is to organize their knowledge and beliefs into convincing arguments. So now, what is technical writing? Technical writing is a type of writing where the author is writing about a particular subject that requires direction, instruction, or explanation. So, there are 6 characteristics of a technical writing. So, first, we have here clarity. This characteristic of a technical writing where you can say what you mean and only what you mean, keeping the reader in mind and avoiding unnecessary complicated words. It is important to have clarity in your technical documents so that your target audience will understand what you are asking of them. The second one is comprehensive, where all the necessary information in it um, where all the information should be provided. Its background must be described and clear description of any process or method of carrying out a specific work should also be given. The main purpose of comprehensive is to provide complex information to readers in a way that they can understand and apply. The third one is consistency. Consistency, it is where the technical documents stay the same in format, of a naming of conventions and formatting and style. Consistency is particularly important for technical writers because it makes the task of writing easier. Also, it makes your document look more polished and professional. Thus, switching back and forth between various styles and formats can come across as sloppy to readers. The fourth one is coherence. Coherence in writing is the logical bridge between words, sentences, and paragraphs. Coherent writing uses devices to connect ideas within each sentence and paragraphs. So it is about making everything flow smoothly. The reader can see that everything is logically arranged and connected, and the relevance to the central focus of the essay is maintained. The third one is correctness. The fifth one is correctness. Um, Correctness, a good technical report must be correct, must also be correct. It must be from grammatical errors, punctuation mistakes, and should have appropriate formal standard. Correctness, it has the freedom from error. The last one is conciseness. Conciseness is the quality of being short and clear and expressing what needs to be said without unnecessary words. Concise means that you're using only the necessary amount of words to describe an idea. Um, Writing with conciseness prevents confusion by eliminating wordiness and saves time by shortening the document for easier reading. To achieve conciseness in a document, avoid using unnecessary phrases, verbs, and words. So, moving on, what is non-technical writing? Um, or also known as creative writing. So, non-technical writing is any writing that expresses the free thinking that falls into the category of non-technical writing. Any writing that goes outside the bounds of normal professional, journalistic, academic, or technical forms of literature called non-technical writing. It presents the writer's thoughts, feelings, and emotions in an imaginative way instead of presenting facts. So, traditionally, it is referred to as literature. Non-technical writing is done in a way that is not academic or technical but still attracts the audience. So, We will now go to the main purpose of our topic, which is the comparison and the contrast of the technical and non-technical writing. First, we will compare the technical and non-technical writing by its purpose of writing. So, technical writing is to convey information to readers, while non-technical writing is to entertain people. So, the second one here is the format used for writing. In technical writing, we eliminate technical jargons and write in such a way that it is understandable by laymen. And when we say layman, it is a person without professional or specialized knowledge in a particular subject. Um, so, moving on, so we need to make sure the meaning of the original technical word doesn't change. So while non-technical writing doesn't include or relate to technical stuff, this covers a broad range like essay writing, blogging, or etc. So the third one is the language used for it. The language used in technical writing should be easy to understand and cognitive. And when you say cognitive, it is a mental process involving in gaining knowledge and comprehension. While the non-technical writing is a type of business writing that is intended to provide general information that is likely to be helpful to the reader in some manner, but is not concerned with assembling facts, figures, and instructions for the benefit of that reader. So, the fourth one is the precision in writing. Technical writing, where the idea we present in technical writing should be accurate. If your idea is wrong, then your device is also wrong. But that's not the case when it comes to non-technical writing, for it is based on an imaginative mind of the author himself. Lastly, the intent of writing. The intent of writing of technical writing should not evoke some intent. Its only objective is to provide information, while non the while the non while non-technical writing, its intent of writing is to provide general information that is likely to be helpful to the reader in some manner, but is not concerned with giving facts and instructions for the benefit of that readers. Now we will go to the difference between technical and non-technical writing. First, technical writing. Technical writing is a fact-based, while non-technical writing is fictional and imaginative. Second one is technical writing can be informative, instructional, or persuasive, but the non-technical writing is entertaining, provocative, and captivating. Technical writing is clear, precise, and straightforward, while the other one is artistic, figurative, symbolic, or even vague. Technical has some objective. Example, it should be from personal emotions and it should involve only technical information, while non-technical writing is subjective. Subjective influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. We use specialized vocabulary in technical writing, while there is no need of it in non-technical writing. Active vocabulary is used in technical writing. And when you say active vocabulary, it is made up of words that readily used and clearly understood by an individual when speaking and writing. While non-technical writing is written in an elaborated format. While technical writing is plain. Plain language is writing that the intended audience can understand and act upon the first time they read it, while non-technical has some transitions or it undergoes changes. Technical writing is easy to understand, while the other is cogitative or thinking. Next one is technical writing demands simplicity, while there is some mystery in non-technical writing. The last one is that technical writing is free of emotions, precise and accurate, while non-technical writing one doesn't contain such features. And that's all for our topics. Thank you.